Hey, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 mod bundle. Now today's mod bundle is a pretty special occasion. We're taking a look at some really cool World War II SMGs. I was going to do World War II weapons in general, then I realized there are just so many available for Fallout that we kind of have to split them up into categories, which could be pretty fun. Now the real reason I'm doing this is because AnotherOne, aka RetroPaladin, went ahead and dropped a handful of mods as he typically does, and in this particular case, all three of which are SMGs from World War II, so of course I found a nice little way to include them all in one video, along with a couple other mods that you can download that fit this theme. So let's just go ahead and jump in with the first mod, which is going to be the Sten Mark II by AnotherOne, aka RetroPaladin. This adds a proper Sten Mark II into the game, which I don't think we've really had yet. There was the defense gun, which was kind of a mishmash of a bunch of different weapons from that era, but this one is a proper Sten, and this thing is absolutely beautiful. Good handful of customization options, leveled list integration, and if you want to find this thing without having to find it on an enemy, you can actually go grab this outside of the Concord Museum of Freedom. In the back, there's actually a grave that this thing is plopped right into. And a beautiful weapon like this wouldn't be complete without some awesome custom animations, so I'll go ahead and let those play for you now. Altogether, just a beautiful little weapon. Definitely fits the Fallout theme, as we love to take a look at retro weapons in Fallout, and this definitely fits the bill and is pretty unique with the side-fed magazine. Truly just a beautiful little gun we've got here. Moving on, we have the PPSH 41 by AnotherOne, aka RetroPaladin. Now the last mod was from Britain, this one is from Russia. The PPSH is the beautiful Russian World War II era submachine gun that takes both stick and drum mags, has an incredibly fast fire rate, and just a really nice aesthetic that actually inspired some of the weapons in the Fallout franchise, so it definitely fits here, and the aesthetic is very pleasing. I believe there's already a couple of PPSH mods out there on the Nexus and on Bethnet, but I really like the style of this one, not to mention it fits in line with all of the other mods that we're going to be reviewing in this video, especially given that two of them are by RetroPaladin. This offers some really nice consistency not only in the way that they look, but also in the way that you acquire them, as again, this one will be added to the leveled list, or if you want to find it without needing to check enemies, you can go back to the rear of the Museum of Freedom in Concord, and there's another grave with this weapon plopped into it. Again, this thing comes fully equipped with custom reloads and animations. I'll go ahead and let you have a look and listen now. And there you have it, another beautiful SMG by RetroPaladin, aka AnotherOne. Moving on to our third mod, we have the Suomi KP31. Now this isn't an SMG I was super familiar with, but it is actually Finnish in origin, and again is another World War II SMG that has a really nice style. I actually really like the look of this thing. For having never seen it before, I think it fits perfectly into Fallout 4. If you had told me that this weapon was from Fallout 4 to begin with, I would honestly believe it. It kind of fits that aesthetic and definitely looks better than a lot of vanilla weapons in this game. I feel like it's worth noting that this mod, along with the past two, all shoot 38 rounds, giving them a true SMG roll, using really low caliber ammo, but shooting it very fast with some pretty large magazines. And this thing does have access to some pretty large magazines. Yet again, this thing is added to the leveled lists, and if you want to find one without needing to check your enemies once again, head over to the Museum of Freedom in Concord, head to the back, and there is a third grave, where it would seem that many different people from many different nations have fallen, and all of their guns are here in one spot. Really convenient for picking these things up. And much like the other two, this thing has custom animations, so let's go ahead and have a look and listen really quick one more time. It's also worth mentioning that all three of AnotherOne's SMGs here have pretty similar attachments that you can add. All of your custom receivers, as well as some barrel options, different stocks, and most importantly, a ton of modern sight attachments that you can throw on to help spice up the attachment variety on these guys. Definitely really cool. And there you have it. the 3 mods that recently came out by AnotherOne, aka RetroPaladin. Definitely some really quality stuff and worth picking up if you want to try any of these out. Links will be in the description down below. Moving on, we have another World War II SMG. This time we are coming back to America for the Thompson SMG Replacer by Antistar. Now, there are actually a lot of Thompson mods out there because I feel a lot of people did not like the version that was in the base vanilla game, but I chose this one in particular to give some love to the Xbox users, as none of the AnotherOne mods from before are on Xbox yet. So this is the one that Xbox users can download right now. This is going to replace the vanilla SMG with a wonderful new model and texture, along with some new attachments. This thing's going to give you access to all of the stuff you would have with the vanilla SMG, along with some new stick mags, dual mags, even a cool new red dot sight, along with some new foregrips and parts. Really beautiful work here. Definitely makes the Thompson something worth grabbing and gives a little bit more character to NPCs like the Triggermen. The vanilla SMG was truly not the greatest thing that we've ever seen, and I feel this, along with a lot of the other Thompson SMG replacers, are definitely worth grabbing. Realistically, you can use any Thompson mod that you like here, but again, I'm using this one for those Xbox users. This weapon also comes with custom animations, so let's go ahead and check those out. And if you want to pick this thing up, like I said, it is a replacer, so just find wherever you would find a regular SMG in the vanilla game, and you will find one of these. Or if you're using something like Cheat Menu, you can just spawn it in that way. Really, really great mod. Good work by Antistar. And then finally, we have the MP40 by TrophiHunter and Chad509. Now the MP40 actually comes with 3 different weapons. The first of which is the traditional MP40, which is going to fit the theme of our video along with all of the other SMGs that we have here. But then you also have access to things like the tactical MP40, which has some rails and some pretty crazy attachments that you can throw on there. And then you also have the experimental MP40, which has 2 what are supposed to be MP40 receivers flipped upside down, taking the magazines from the top, and they're hooked together to one trigger mechanism so you can fire 2 guns at the same time, and this thing is pretty crazy. Now, I believe this thing is supposed to be based off of the Via Perosa, which is actually an Italian SMG that was typically mounted to planes, but whatever. It fits the bill, and it's a really cool, unique weapon, and it's even more SMGs from that era, so who cares? Definitely a lot of variety that gets added with this one single MP40 mod, and absolutely worth grabbing yourself because there's really cool stuff here, along with custom animations for all of these cool weapons. Now, unlike the other mods in this list, the MP40 is not added to the leveled list, so if you have AWKCR, you can actually download a version that supports that and just craft the items. Otherwise, you can find one of these sitting in Diamond City by the weapons workbench. And I think that is just about going to wrap up our video. Definitely some really cool mods from a different era that we typically don't cover on this channel, but I would love to come back and do this for different classes of weapons, so let me know if that's something you'd like to see in the future. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to try any of these mods, they will be linked down in the description below, along with Xbox links if they are available. And don't forget to support your mod authors. If you liked any of these mods, endorse them. Donate if that's something you're able to do, and most of all, just show your appreciation for all of the mod authors' hard work. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a rating. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you.